Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? Alright, so I'm back at the crib. I went to the, work out and what have you. Now, as usual, you know what I'm saying? When I went to the gym late, it wasn't that many people there. But you guys, um, when I get hyped up, like when my energy levels rise, then all of a sudden people come out the woodwork. The gym starts to get packed late at night. You know what I'm saying? It's like that anywhere. Because you guys, I have a supernatural amount of energy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And if I don't watch my energy levels and what have you, what happens is it attracts spirits. It attracts locusts, kind of like in the Matrix when they have to search and destroy. So if you guys have Christ in you, and I do mean Christ, not all these other names, you are a light source, meaning you're connected to the source, and so that you give off light. And these spirits, whether they're in the location that you are or not, it will draw them, it will pull people to that location. That's how it works. And a lot of times these demonic spirits, they like to draw energy from you. That's how they draw energy. I mean, some of them eat food, but if you guys didn't know, substance, meaning the nutrition and fulfillment that you get from food, actually doesn't come from the food. It comes from the Most High. So you could have the best diet. You could eat all the greens and grapes and fruits and vegetables and what have you, you guys, and it won't do your body even any good because substance is a spiritual thing. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? It's one thing for you guys to look out for when you go places and you start noticing that place gets bombarded. Those people don't know why they're there. Not all of them. Now, some people are walking demons, and I'm not saying that they're walking. Some people are walking around, they got a demon controlling them in them, and some people are walking around and they are literally demons. They walk amongst us. All right. Nephilim, ancient ones. All right. They'll come around you, you know what I'm saying, and they'll try to draw your energy. Now, one thing I notice, you guys, is a lot of times, man, like when you go to a place, let's say you sit down or you're in public, your ear will start to pick up people around your surroundings and they will talk about things that pertain to your life. Now, if you're in a dark world and you are walking in the light, you are a light source, then their thing is to attack that light. All right? And they will say things, and the individual saying them to you 90% of the time won't know what they're saying unless they're one of the ancient ones. All right, they won't know why they're saying or what have you. A lot of these people got cell phones, and it's done through technology. So even if you're by yourself or whatever, when you're around electronics, demonic spirits are always around you because of that light source. All right, they pick up the words you say and the things that you think. And what you will notice is when you speak to people, I want you to, this is discernment. Recognize how isolated you are as a target. And then recognize how all the people around you, when you go to these public places, are talking about familiar things pertaining to your life. What they will do is they will change the name and they will change different things that they're talking about. But the specific thing that they are talking about generally pertains to something that is happening in your life. And it's not that you are the light. I just want to be very clear with that. But if Christ is in you, you are a light source. It's not something that you can see, okay, with your physical eyes. It's spiritual. It's in the astral plane, okay? And it draws them out. All right? So there is technology, but it's not technology that you could research. And I want you guys to know that knowledge, okay, is the tree in which man fell from. So a lot of people going out there researching and things and like that and saying, brother, you got to research more. You got to do this or that. You don't got to do any of that. You guys, you could cut everything out, and even targeting is very rudimentary, actually. it pretty much just boils down to there's Jesus Christ and that's it. A lot of these brothers talking about I'm fulfilling all the commandments and things like that. You're a liar for one, but for two, you know what I'm saying? Even if you were fulfilling all of the commandments and acting exactly as Jesus Christ, there is only one begotten Son, and it is written that your righteousness is as filthy rags. So at very best, you can be considered innocent, but innocence is not on the same steep as being pure. You could never be pure again. You fell. That can only happen after the work is finished and you're completely sown into Christ's body. That happens after you are sown into the ground. All right. You are a seed. Okay. You started as a seed in your father. And when you're sown into the ground, which the earth is called the womb or the matrix. All right. And you come into your spiritual glory. All right. But right now, you're just like a seed. You're like a sperm swimming for the egg. The egg is the earth, the womb. Okay. So the fact of the matter is that, we're pretending with spiritual warfare, and those around you are pretty much asleep. And you could say those around you that are targeting you are like Agent Smiths or locusts. The problem is if people are doing something apparent to you or something like that, 90% of the time they're not aware. And if they are aware, you guys, it's not a reason to confront them. A lot of these things are telepathic. You could think a strong thought at them. I do it all the time. And they pick it up, and you know what? They decide they got other things to do. All right? I get weird stuff all the time. Today I was at work. This dude flipped out, and you know what I'm saying? He walked halfway around this car, our low cars, and he was talking about he was there before the guy that I was, loading his car. Well, I didn't know that. I just got to work, okay? And he was flipping out and waving his arms, and I read body language, man. Like, and when people do that to me, people got to be careful, because with this targeting, how the Holy Spirit has programmed my mind, I'm very tactical, and I'll lock up with you. I'm not a fighter. It doesn't matter if I fight or not. There was one time this dude was driving a car and he acted like he was going to hit me. All right. He was coming over to my area. And the minute when I seen him in the driver thing, acting funny and doing that, I locked up with him. Yeah, with the whole car and everything. That's how the Holy Spirit had fearless. And his mirror actually, you know what I'm saying, hit my arm or whatever. And when he passed me, you guys, I just kept doing my job. I didn't even look back. One thing that these spirits are scared of is I don't value my physical life. I really don't care. I want to get out of here. So when that dude came around and he was talking about shooting up the building and stuff, yeah, it happened today. And he was saying it to me. All right. And I'm looking at him waving his arms and things like that. And I'm like, well, A, you're not a fighter because you're telegraphing too much information. That's how I'm thinking. I'm not saying a word. I'm just looking at him. And we got finished waving his arms, saying he's going to shoot up the place and he's going to, do this and that. I said, listen, when I get finished with him, I'll come over there and I'll help you out, all right? That's all I was saying. And he thought he was going to do something. But by the time he walked around that car, you guys, I go to the gym regularly, and you see my big black ass on the other side of the car, he realized he needs to get his gun. The first problem is he didn't have it on him. People think that I'm talking about being a tough guy. It's intricate with targeting. I'm mad he didn't have it. I'm ready to go, man. What's a piercing? I know what Christ went through. You know what I'm saying? I know people who pass away of cancer. Boy, that's intricate. It's heavy. A piercing? Hey, man, I could deal with that. 30 seconds or something like that. It's not a big deal. But you better hope that you hit me. All right? You better hope that you hit me in a vital place. And even then, I'm gonna take a few, because the only thing keeping me back from pretty much like only thing keeping me back is the Holy Spirit. All right. And people don't know that because I look so calm and stuff like that. And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? None of the wild ones are hyper. You know what I'm saying? I'm already a hyperactive dude, but I'm calm, man. I'm very calm. So you know what I'm saying? That's just the thing about your surroundings. These people and the dude in him, in his eyes, he looked. You know, I noticed that his tear ducts were welled up. You know, he kind of had glossy eyes as if he was emotional. He was about to cry. I could tell a lot of things going on in his life. He was being controlled, you guys. Now, we would call this guy a perk. He may or may not have been a perk. He could have been somebody under the spell of witchcraft. You got to understand that when you're awake, you're beyond the influence of things. All right? 98% of these niggas is under the influence. And the devil ain't going to come at you himself. All right? He has a lot of power, but he uses it in a cowardly way. He's going to send a victim against you. All right? Holy Spirit didn't want me setting off like a pit bull against this man, but I do. The minute somebody look you moving too much, or I pick up even the slightest thing, I read body language. I read your energy. I read all kinds of things. Not like how people talk about it on YouTube. It's supernatural. All right. And I think different, man. A lot of targets I can't put it on here. But what these guys do is they get on their phone and they the ones that are extra dimensional, and they can figure out through your information sources. They have information on you, things that you do. These people think I got kids and all kinds of things like that because I speak with a certain swagger, and they can't pick up the lingo. And like I said, when they assume something about you that's wrong, you guys, I don't care what it is. There was jobs I had before where people try, you ain't hollering at none of these girls at all. And then they whisper to themselves, you must be gay, girl. You must be girl. I'd be like, ooh, man, wiggle that booty. Wiggle that booty. You know what I'm saying? You never see me without a manicure. My fingers stay dirty looking ugly, man. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. But if you that stupid, I'm going to assist you in your idiocy. Because you don't need to know me. You guys, they can't get things right because they have the spirit of error. They're always going to be wrong, and they're always going to be offensive, and you're offended because they're wrong because you're in the spirit of truth. Let them be wrong and know that they have the spirit of error. Assist them on their way. Do not correct them and give them information and details about your life. All right? These things are not that serious. And one thing I will tell you about people in the world today and the spirit that works in the children of disobedience is that they are more emotional than they are cruel. All right? Don't look at how they're acting and they're angry and all that stuff. I'm always intrigued. Wow. This motherfucker has a lot of emotions. He's emotional. All right? What is the thing? And I'm not calling people who have a lot of, you could be expressive, but people who are very emotional, think of those emo kids in the 90s. It's kind of an effeminate thing. All right. This is what I mean about Elder. Elder wasn't none of those. I mean, Elder was very tactical, man. Let me just put it that way. All right. He thought a certain type of way. He wasn't led by his emotions. All right. When you think about what is the nature of a man, and you think about the man in the men in the Bible, such as Abraham, David, Jeremiah, what have you, it doesn't matter their physical makeup of their body. They carried and conducted themselves in a certain manner that was unlike 98% of the other niggas in their atmosphere. It's what it is. This thing is going to drive a wedge between you and your family, between the former friends that you have, and you're going to start to realize that people are two things: the spirit of disobedience, very immature, very emotional. And when they're around you, they're always going to pick at you. They're always going to pay attention to you. They're always going to try to figure out who you are as an individual. And the reason why is because they're empty inside. They're dead inside, man. And that light is what they feed on. All right. All you need is Christ. Your so-called attempt to be righteous is worthless. All right. That is the consideration of your heart and trying to follow Christ. That you do the best that you can. But you guys, that's all you could do is the best that you can. All right. Like I said, even on your best day, even if you never ever sin, you will never be pure. Your righteousness is as filthy rags. Get out of this calling Christ different names. One person said to me, brother, Jesus was not the Christ. You were deceived. Nah, you are lost. There's a guy, Chief Handler or whatever. He leaves comments, and each time he keeps asking me, what is poverty like? And when I respond, he always deletes his comment. Emotions. You say, what is poverty like? I said, it's like your conscience. He gets butthurt and he deletes his comment. I guarantee you, he will go back and delete that comment. Right? Most of these niggas is moist, need a tampon and a hug. That's it. Don't get caught up in their snares and they bullshit. It just draws, hey man, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't gotta deal with this, right? Half these niggas get manicures. Let's be honest. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.